Good morning and welcome to the Inspire Show. I have with me here Mr. Leighton Joyce. Welcome.
Great. Thank you so much, Dale. It's great to be here.
Leighton, I'd like to ask you about something that has been like a silver lining or something that has been something beautiful that's happened because of the lockdown for you.
Yeah, I think for me, it's something that's quite simple, actually. It's been spending more time on the trampoline with my three kids. My two boys love playing ninjas. So it's, what does ninjas look like on the trampoline? I mean, that's just up to them and their imagination. It's fantastic. And my daughter just loves jumping. It's the laughter. Yeah, you jump and it's great, but you see the expressions on their face and the laughter that goes with it. For me as a dad, I think, it's just such a fantastic feeling to see them come alive and to see them laugh and to see them, really engage.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And also I'd like to ask you if you can think about someone who has really inspired you in your life. Who would that be?
I'm going to just say my wife at this, particularly, definitely during this time again, because she's studying full time. She's doing a practical component of her study at the moment as well. So of course that moved to an online practical component. Plus she's homeschooling, and plus we have a 3-year-old. So I think, for her, it's been massive. And it's so inspiring to see how patient she is with the kids, because when it's my turn to homeschool, it's a poor representation of what patience should look like. But really, I think she seriously has inspired me during this time, just with the patience and the commitment to the kids and to her study as well.
In your life, you've reinvented yourself a couple of times.
Yeah, true.
Quite dramatically, and taken your whole family with you.
Yeah, they've walked the journey.
So what does that really look like? Could you describe the 3 different stages of experience that you've had?
Yeah, sure. I mean, so I had 13 years of law enforcement up in New South Wales. With the last 6 of those years, I was a homicide detective, so working throughout New South Wales, responding to murders and suspicious deaths. So really, I guess the front line, the face of policing. And then, following 13 years, moved into the non-for-profit sector, and with the family, we initially moved to New Zealand for 12 months, and then moved to northern Thailand, where we looked at the issue of modern-day slavery. And now back in Australia, so we moved back just under 12 months ago. So I now work in a space that's not binary, it's not black and white, it's really grey, it's really challenging. And again, so how do we coordinate a response that really supports women and children? How do we love women and children through the unplanned pregnancy that they may be facing? How do we address the issues of crisis, coercion, and self-preservation? And how do we amplify the voice of the support services that are available to women in the community, to really come alongside women and children and to love those women and children through the unplanned pregnancy and the challenges that are associated with that unplanned pregnancy. Yeah, so there's a bit of a shift for you.
Yes, that's terrific. And there was something that happened early on in your life that maybe was the spark that
sure.
led to all these things.
Yeah, I think I was about 13. I'm sitting in my family home at the time, and my mum is cooking dinner, and I'm watching the news, and it's the old school box TV, and at the time there was a war going on in Bosnia-Herzegovina, and the news reporter was interviewing a boy who was very similar age for me, and that boy expressed his desire, his incredible desire to leave war-torn Bosnia and to get to a Western country where he could be educated and free and safe. And I think you're right, that really sparked something in me. It was a really defining moment for me, where I saw this vulnerable boy who was looking for safety, looking for education. What that sparked in me was this desire to help vulnerable people. And again, I think, from the 3 different sort of professions that I've had, or the different industries that I've worked in, I think it's all about it's been about addressing vulnerability, addressing vulnerable women and children and men, certainly within the space I'm working with now, and again in the human trafficking space as well. Really identifying that, big year old, as that moment as a 13-year-old was so incredibly pivotal for in my life, and what's sort of driven me forward, I guess. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining me. It's been an absolute delight, and I just
Great.
love speaking with you. And God bless you. And I just hope you have an awesome day and a great week. And thank you for coming on here.
Great. Thank you so much. It's so great to talk again.